Howdy everybody. Welcome to HT's EDC. Coming at you from the back patio this morning, and had to put on a little extra clothes this morning here in the stone. Weatherman says it's like right at 50 degrees. Matter of fact, it said 49. So had to put on a little something on the old ball head this morning and put on a windbreaker. So, but we are not going to let that stop us. We're going to get out here and get at it. Actually, I love it. That is not a problem for me at all. I love the colder weather. So I am, bring it on, good Lord. Send some more to the stone for old Stony here. I love it. Real quick, we're going to do a What You Totin', and we are going to get into my Thankful Thursday video today, which is pretty darn epic. Yeah, it's a good one. Real quick, open sea leather wallet in the back pocket. I am wearing, of course, breeches today. This is pants weather for sure. I had to get rid of those shorts I had on yesterday. So we have a leather wallet going on today. We have, of course, front left pocket. We have the Holy Land pocket cross. What else do we have? This is funny. I got me an SD card in my front left pocket because probably today I'm going to take advantage of this cool weather, and when I make this video and get done with this video, I'm probably going to go walk up and get in a deer blind, and got me a little SD card that when I get all done, I'll actually check my game camera that I have up there and swap out cards and see what kind of critters I got coming to the area. So that's also in my front left pocket for today. And on as far as my carry today, we are fixing to be talking about this particular sheath here in just upcoming new legacy knife sheath from brother Ed Costa. More to come on that in just a second, but again, we are housing today. On our hip we have a buck 110, and this is a good old drop point. I think this was one of their web exclusives or whatever from Buck Knives. Love this thing. Beautiful drop point blade, and that's what we're going to be toting today. So, Thankful Thursday. Look there, my beanie's getting all jacked up here. Fix myself up here in the world. Thankful Thursday. You guys know it, and it is brought to us by my main man, Dave, up in the Great White North. I almost said Ray for some reason. North Star Knife Reviews. Too many Norths. But brother Dave, the Singing Toad, brings us this awesome open tag where on Thursdays we can just get on here and tell what we're thankful for in the past week or here most recently. And I definitely had a killer mail call yesterday, and I'm going to talk about that this morning. That is what I'm thankful for. It is there's a lot more than that, but we're going to talk about my mail call from yesterday, and yeah, let's get at it. The first thing I got, and let me make sure I got everything where it needs to be, was, as aforementioned, from brother Ed up at Legacy Knives in good old Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And me and Ed had been talking about getting me a new slider slip for my Buck 110s. Well, he made that happen. Check this out, folks. Has Buck wrote there, stamped on the little flap here. We have a nice brass snap. What does he call this color? Let me read his notes here. This is his new yellow buckskin color, and it has razorback red stitching. So that is a yellow buckskin. I basically told Brother Ed, go crazy with it. I just need one for a buck 110. Surprise me. I don't care about color. Just you have full creative control. And this is what I got, and I am over the moon happy. You can see here, it does have red stitching, and his stitching, folks, is just next level. It is always on point. They are always even. You've seen these things before. His fit and finish on his stuff, on these buck 110 and buck 112 sheaves are second to none that I've ever seen. Like I said, somebody out there has one that you think is comparable or better. I hadn't seen it. You put it in my hands, and I'll give it a look over and give it a fair shake. But I've seen a lot of them, and they all pale in comparison to this stuff right here. And I am really, really loving these horizontal. Ed calls them the slider sheaves, and your belt goes right in there, and that just sits on you on your belt just like this. Your knife is totally protected. Now he has some that are kind of open just like this. Say if I take my hand and forget this over here, I close that off, and of course there wouldn't be any rivet here, but he does the same kind of sheaves, and they're open-ended where your knife would be basically just like that, minus this, minus this snap here. He does some like this where, easy access, and I get it, easy access. You can go right in there and grab your knife by this bolster, and out you come. Personal preference, I like adding the extra, the snap on it, and it totally keeps my knife protected. A lot of times, like I say, if I'm out there in the woods or whatever, I am banging stuff, walking through brush or whatever, and that is just going to totally scratch up my bolster, which isn't the end of the world, but you constantly will be polishing bolsters and cleaning up your knife, and this just personal preference. I like the one. I know it takes one more step. I got to unsnap it and then pull out my knife, but I like the added protection. Again, totally personal preference, but this is my new buck 110 slider, horizontal slider, and I am over the moon about it. Has that great smell. So good. So now with this, Brother Ed has got me fixed up with all of my folding hunter style knives. I have one of these now for a buck 110. I have one of these for a buck 112, and I have one of these, all the sliders, all horizontal. I have one of these for all my regular folding hunters. So I am covered. No matter what kind of folding hunter knife your Mr. Folding Hunter here, Mr. Hunter Hurd, decides to grab and take to the field, Ed's got me covered. But if you know anything about Ed, like I do, he always has to one-up, and he always has to surprise me. So in my little letter here, which he has always wrote me a nice little letter, razorback red stitching. Also, I have included a new slip for a buck 112 or smaller knife, and this is something that is coming soon to his website. And he kind of sent me a prototype, one to check out. Thank you for that. This was a gift I did not expect, and it is a total gift from Brother Ed. But like I said, if you know him, he is. We're always gifting each other. We are very good friends, and he always kind of, well, not always, but a lot of times throws in a little something extra. And he said this is one that is upcoming, that's going to be coming to the website, and he sent it out for me to put it through its paces, see what I think about it. And shabam. This is, make sure I call it like he calls it, a new slip for buck 112. It is Atlantic blue shark skin, and I wanted you to be the first with a shark skin slip. This is freaking shark skin, folks. Check that out. And this feels incredible. Has this nice texture to it here. I mean, obviously you can see it. Skin. I guess this is how the skin dries out when you do the drying process on shark skin. But this is just awesome, and these are harvested, caught up there. He lives in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Can anybody say that word right? I know I'm one that can't. But these are Atlantic blue shark that have been caught, harvested, what you want to call it, from the Atlantic Ocean up there, off of the coast there, and just a little piece of Cape Cod. And these are absolutely cool. And on this one, he is also showing off his new barrel bead. Check that out. Looks kind of like wood, like a wood, well, obviously a wooden barrel. And it has his logo. Don't know how quick, if I can get that. There we go. Cape Cod. I probably have it upside down for you guys. I do. Legacy knives, and now of course it won't focus. There we go. Has his logo, Legacy Knives, Cape Cod, Mass, and new lanyard bead he's doing on these guys, and I think it looks awesome. That bead looks awesome. Goes well with this, but and I'm just fighting my beanie cap, ain't I? This is coming soon, folks. And he has told me that the price on these, and by the way, I haven't even showed what knife's in here. I think I told you when I read it, but this guy right here is the smaller variety, and it is pretty well custom fit for a buck 112. Check that out. That's upside down. And when I shake it, squeeze it, that's good. I have to give it a little shake. Boom, there comes my buck 112. But this is the small. There will be a larger one of these for a buck 110 size, like your LB7s, your bigger folding hunters. There will be a large. This is a small, and as you can see, if you turn that around, it almost perfectly, if I got my knife pushed down, pretty well perfectly fits this buck 112. It just leaves you enough there in your pocket. You can come in here and grab that bolster and come on out with your knife. But those are going to be $55 on his website, and he just told me they are coming soon. I don't know if that'll be weeks or a couple of months, but they are starting to, I guess he is starting to, fixing to start producing those. Like I said, this is pretty much a prototype. Wanted to get my take on it. Well, my take is I haven't toted this for a full day, but I have, this style, his pocket slips from other materials. He sent me buffalo. I've got his regular, just veg tan leather, and he even's got me one in stingray that he has made. I have these style slips before, and folks, they carry fantastic. The fact that I haven't toted it yet, which is coming soon, I know how these tote. They tote fantastic. Slide right down in a pocket. You leave this little thing hanging right there out of your pocket, and you can just go in there and boop, out comes your slip. They're fantastic. And now the fact that he is going with shark skin, he's just taking it up another notch. So thank you for this, Brother Ed. You're awesome. I love it. And we will put that out of the way. And we have one more. And if you could possibly get better than that, and I don't want to compare. Those are both awesome. These are both awesome in their own right. But this one blew me away yesterday. I got a package in, and I will cover up. Well, you know what? I can do better than that. I got a package in from this guy yesterday, and if you're in traditional knives, if you're somehow still listening to me, you know this name, you know this logo, you know this decal. He is kind of the godfather, if you will, of us YouTubers, us knife tubers on YouTube that do the traditional knives. Everybody knows the Knife Doctor, Brother Kevin. If you don't, no. If you don't, you need to go check out this channel. But it's impossible if you're watching me that you don't know about him. But anyway, Brother Kevin had reached out to me. He had heard about my new Hunter Herd group that I'm starting up, and I think he was kind of tickled and intrigued by that. And he reached out to me and said, "Hey man, I'd like to do a sticker swap with you. What do I got to do to be part of the herd, get some of those Hunter Herd stickers coming my way?" And of course, I was just, the Knife Doctor wants to swap with me. I mean, heck yeah, I got you covered, brother. So anyway, I sent him some swag coming his way, and I think he's already got that in. He shouted me out. Oh, I know he did. He has shouted me out once he got him on one of his videos. Well, he sent me something back, obviously. He sent me back some of his swag, but not just swag, not by a long shot. He sent me this awesome note. We won't read that right there, but telling me about what's in this box that we're fixing to look at. So sent me his swag, sent me a nice note explaining the box content, and we're just going to get into it. Check this out. So anyway, this thing is just, maybe my head, y'all go ahead and laugh, maybe my head's too big for that, but that keeps just sliding on my head. So we're going to just take it off and drink some hot coffee and stay warm. So anyway, on one of my videos, I know that I had said something about a couple of folding hunters that were next targets, were targets on my list. And one of them was that I do not have, was the Uncle Henry, excuse me, 227 UH, Uncle Henry. And Kevin evidently heard that, and he has blown me away. We will get this out of here. And he has sent me a new old stock Uncle Henry 227 UH. And I was absolutely floored. If you read this letter, he kind of tells me the history about it. And Brother Kevin, I called him immediately because I was just absolutely floored by this when I got this in. Totally unexpected. Kevin, that is above and beyond what you needed to do, brother. But from what I hear, I don't know Kevin as personally as some of these other knife tubers do, but from everything I've seen by watching your videos and by word of mouth, this kind of stuff is par for course for Kevin. He is a giving, his charity, he does a lot of stuff for charity you guys know about. My point is, this kind of stuff is par for course for this human being. He is a great dude, and I am proud to call him my friend. I believe we can call each other friends now. I have not met him, and we have had, I'm not going to sit on here and say, hey, me and Brother Kevin, we go way back. We've been talking for years. That would be a lie. I watch his channel. He watches mine, and we, I guess, have a mutual little love fest going, or whatever, mutual respect. And we now have talked a time or so on the phone, exchanged text. It is a budding friendship, and for a budding friendship, for someone to send me something like this, blew me away. But anyway, I'm going to try to tell the little backstory on this, Kevin. You can tear me up down in the comments because I'm probably going to butcher it. But I believe what Kevin said about how he got this knife and how now I got the knife. But the story was, there was a guy that he got it from an estate sale. Someone had passed, but I believe the guy that passed was an old auto salesman, was a car salesman there in Georgia. I believe that's true. I might be the wrong state. I know he lives there in Georgia, so I believe it was a auto salesman there in Georgia. But the gist of it was, every time this guy sold a car, he gave away a free knife. That was kind of his thing. Buy a car from me, little parting gift for you when you drive away with your new car from me. He always gave them a brand new knife. So evidently, when this man passed, Kevin went to his estate sale, and he had a lot of surplus of the knives that he used to give away to the new car buyers, to the folks that bought cars from him. So anyway, I believe Kevin said he had 3 Uncle Henry's 227 UHs in a box. That was part of it, and Kevin went in there and picked those up from the estate sale, and he graciously has sent one to me. And maybe I should stop talking about it and show you the knife, but I wanted to try to give you the backstory. I'm sure I butchered that, Kevin. Straighten me out in the comments, but I'm pretty sure I was right about it. He was a car salesman and an estate sale, and his thing was he used to give these away when he sold a car. Rest of it could be a little sketchy. But anyway, let's get to the star of the show. This is so good. And inside this box, I did put a little tape on this, Kevin. This is the original box. This is like a 1970s. So this is really vintage, new old stock. And the box was kind of on this side, kind of coming open. So I just came around those corners and kind of shored up this box. So that little tape there, that is some of my handiwork. But we have the old original yellowed up paperwork in here, down in this box. Schrade, custom quality, handcrafted USA, tells you all about your knife. That's down inside the box in the bottom. And custom sheath, the sheath that came with it. Look at that. Uncle Henry. Still a great smell to it. And we're going to show you a knife here in a minute. But with the original sheath, the whole 9, new old stock, 1970s. And the star of the show has arrived. Oh, yes, sirree, bobtail. This is the Uncle Henry 227, and this had been one that I was seeking so bad. You guys know I am on a little personal quest to try to get every, and I know this is going to take years, and you're going to say, well, HT, that's quite a quest you're on, but I'm on a quest to get every U.S. manufactured folding hunter. I don't have to have 2 or 3, but I want at least one from everyone. And it is a fun quest. It's one that I'm sure is going to take me years. I may be still trying when I'm old and gray. Well, I'm already old and gray. That's a bad analogy. Maybe before, who knows, before I'm dead and gone. How about that? I may still be trying to do this. But this is one that was on my radar, and I wanted so bad. And Brother Kevin, salute you, brother. You made it happen. We'll get this thing here open. Let you guys see how beautiful this thing is. Oh, yeah. Yes, sirree. You like it. I love it. We have these beautiful 1970s Stagallon handles on these. We have that awesome Uncle Henry shield right there. Kind of a, what would we call that? Kind of a bombshell, maybe. Bombshell shield. Probably has a more technical name that I don't know. But just taking you around this thing. Brand new. Never been used. Still in the sheath. 1970s. Ha! Lanyard hole. You guys know I'm going to put a HT lanyard on this. Probably put me a nice stag bead to go with this Stagallon. Kevin, thank you so much, brother. You have, woo, you have made my week, my month, because I was having a lot of trouble tracking this one down. Not to say that they're so hard to get, but to track one down that was in a decent shape. There's a lot of these that you can get. If they're anywhere like this, like pristine, and this is freaking pristine here, these ain't cheap. I've seen these things go up to $200 and $300, new old stock, USA made 227s, and or you go to the other end of the spectrum, they're beat up, they're missing blade, they're scratched all to heck and back. You know, they've been worn out, worn to death, and even those things are sometimes $40, $50, $60, and they look like death warmed over. Well, new old stock in the freaking box. Whew, like I said, thank you. Check these out here one at a time. Look at that awesome, gorgeous clip point blade on this guy. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Of course, it has the Skinner blade. And it's the one that kind of has one of that the little canted down Skinner blade, kind of like I like. You've heard me talk about. Some of them are more straight across, and I kind of have a sweet spot. I like this one here that's kind of canted down a little bit. I think that is aids you when you're actually using this to skin. But yeah, fit and fin. Let's listen to this thing closed. Everything's good about this. I threw a little oil on it, Brother Kevin, in the pivots and all. Polished the bolsters a little bit where it had been sitting, where it had been like stored, which is a no-no, by the way. You do not want to store your knives in leather. If you're daily using them, you're coming in and out of your pocket, you can leave them in there overnight and stuff. It's not that big a deal because the oils, you know, if you're steady using that knife, you pretty well keep these bolsters and everything oiled up with your hands. But if you take this knife and you put it in there and say leave it up for 6 months, and this one has probably been 40 or 50 years been stored in here. It did have a little discoloration on it, and there was ever so, you'll never see it on camera, but there was ever so just a little line up here on the front of a bolster that was starting to pit, and that was simply from being in a sheath for 40 or 50 years, staying stored, touching this leather. You don't want to do that. As long as you're using them, you can leave them in your, my opinion, a lot of people take them out every night. If you want to be safe, don't store them in your sheath ever. When you take your belt off that night, set your sheath, set your knife not in it. But I have found as long as I'm using them on a regular basis and the oils from my skin on them, I can leave them in the bolster. And yeah, they may tarnish a little bit. They're going to, especially brass. This is nickel silver. Brass is even worse. But brass is going to tarnish a little. But I mean, you can lickety split, get a polishing cloth or whatever, and shine it right back up, good and pretty. And like I said, as long as you're kind of keeping it oiled daily with your hands. Just look at this. Look at those back springs. Everything is just flawless. Centering. Really nice. Kevin, thank you so much, my man. You have outdone yourself. I see what everybody says about this guy's giving spirit, and I'm proud to call him a friend now. And thank you so much for your swag. The letter, brother, was awesome. You're just awesome. I've heard it, and now I'm seeing it firsthand, brother. What all the fuss is about, and the guy does not have the success he does without being. You can't fake genuine, and I forget how many. I don't say the S word on my channel. We call them on-screen family members. But to have the on-screen family member count that Brother Kevin has, You can't fake it. And a lot of you guys see his heart and see how genuine he is. And man, you deserve every single bit of the accolades and the success that your channel has. And I salute you again, brother. So with that, we're at freaking 30 minutes. Mr. Longwind here, but you know, I was gonna have to squawk some about this one. So with that, folks, shout out once again to my man, the Singing Toad, for making this possible, for giving us this platform to talk about the things in the week that we're grateful for and we're thankful for. So thank you, Dave, for that awesome tag, and we're gonna get out of here. We love you guys. I'm gonna try to slip up here maybe in the deer woods here when I get this video edited and see if I can't see a white-tailed deer. You guys wish me luck. We love you. God bless.